Hello, welcome to a video about finding the area of sectors of circles. Now before we start we need to make sure that we remember how to find the area of a whole circle. Now if you remember, the radius is always the distance between the centre of the circle that I've marked here in red and the circumference, the edge of the circle. And for any circle, the whole area can be found by multiplying pi by r squared. So if I had a circle with radius 3, the area is pi times 3 squared. Now what we have here is a sector of a circle. Now the sector is just part of the circle. And we've found this sector by taking out 165 degrees of the 360 degrees that goes around the whole circle. Now what I'm going to do first is find the area of the whole circle. So that'd be 14 squared times pi. But I of course don't have the whole circle anymore. I only have part of the circle. Now the part of the circle that I have is like a fraction, 165 360ths of my circle. So it's the angle of the sector over 360. As I say, the reason that's happening is because I've not got everything. I've not got all of my 360 degrees. I've only got 165 of those 360 degrees. So when I put that into my calculator, I get 539 over 6 times pi. If I press SD to find a decimal equivalent, I'll find it's 282 millimetres squared to 3 significant figures. So we have another one here, see if we can do the same sort of thing. So I'm going to do the angle that I have over 360 multiplied by what the area of the whole circle would be, so pi times 8 squared. So that comes out as 272 over 15 pi, which is the same as 57.0 centimetres squared to 3 significant figures. So whenever I'm finding the area of a sector, what I'm always going to have is the angle of the sector over 360 multiplied by pi r squared. So always what I'm doing is finding a fraction of the total area. So this is a slightly more difficult question. What I'm being given here is the area of the sector being 170. I know that the radius is 9, but I need to find the angle. I need to find what angle is making this sector. So to start with, I'm going to do what I did before. The angle of my sector over 360 multiplied by pi r squared. And this time, I know that that is equal to 170. I need to get x on its own. I'm just going to use my normal algebra skills. So the first thing I'm going to do is divide by 81 pi. The reason it's 81 pi is because pi times 9 squared is 81. So that leaves me with x over 360 is equal to 0.668. And then I want to get x all on its own. So I'm going to multiply by 360 because I want to get x on its own. So x is equal to 240.5 degrees. So again, I'm using the same idea that my angle over 360 times pi r squared is the area of the sector. And in the question, it told me that the area was 170. So I could make that expression equal to 170 and find x using my normal algebra skills. So to summarise, to find the area of a sector, what I'm going to do is the angle in the sector is always over 360 times pi r squared. I hope that helps. Thanks very much.